Alright, welcome back to another Insanely Perfect on Crash 4. So we're going to do Crash Landed. And this level was probably the worst one so far. The amount of time it took me to do this level is ridiculous. I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you how many attempts it took. It was a lot. This was just a hard level. There's a lot going on in this level. There's the slime. There's multiple riding parts. There's this part with these moving platforms. I don't know, it's just, this level has a ton of stuff. There's a blue gem path that's ridiculous. There's the alien bear rides, which there's two of those. I believe people refer to it as the alien bear. Here, if you jump too early, you'll hit that thing, it'll kick you over. I thought I was having analog stick drift because both my white controllers had analog stick drift. I have a black controller, and I typically use that one because it's a newer model controller and it doesn't have any stick drift that I've found so far. Which the newer model controllers are supposed to be a little better. Anyway, that one was charging, so I was using one of my white ones. Anyway, that's besides the point. So this first riding portion of this level isn't that bad. You skip the first one, you want to go down below. You get a mask there, which technically is the third mask, but it doesn't do anything when you pick it up. So you want to go up here, and then you want to boost, you go across, like that. And these are the last couple boxes here. This is probably the trickiest part. You need to make sure you jump before you get on the slime, or else you won't be able to jump to get that box. And then this, you kind of just steer your way down. You don't have to jump, just make sure. I pretty much just hard right on the stick here. Make sure I get those two. Now this blue gem path is pretty tough. And I leave this Aku Aku mask box there on purpose because I already have two. And there's another one that is right here in this blue gem path, but it doesn't really matter anyways, and you'll get invincibility multiple times in this level, and I found myself not even wanting it because it was pretty useless, so just keep that in mind. Now this part, you want to try to leave all four of these boxes if you can. If you break one or two, it's fine, just, be careful when you jump back across. So, like, the best way to do it is to leave all four just like that, so that way you can just bounce back across them and you don't risk getting hit by the fire. So now here you're gonna run towards the camera, make sure you don't get caught by the star thing, and there's your third mask, which is going to give you invincibility, which obviously defeats that enemy, but it doesn't really matter because this part takes the entire portion of the invincibility. So as soon as you get to the end of this, your invincibility runs out. So like I said, like getting 3 masks really means nothing here, and it's kind of a running theme for this entire level. So, and you'll see it would be great to have invincibility here because this part is absolute ass. You just have to do slide double jumps or just double jumps and just pray you don't get hit and get these boxes. I managed to do it without getting hit. Oh, I did get hit there at the end. So that's whatever, which I don't really mind because I'll point out here in a little bit. I left that mask outside of the blue gem path because I already had 2 and I didn't need it for the gem path. So I'm kind of glad that I had already lost a mask here because I don't really like getting invincibility for this portion. Like, I would end up just standing and waiting for it to run out because it freaks me out jumping on this box with invincibility. It does give you a little bit of a delay. It doesn't break the box immediately, which is nice, but I still just don't like it. These will break immediately, and I tend to use these as stops so that the slime doesn't slide me into the pits. And then here, like, I don't know, I like to be methodical about this. I don't want to bounce into that nitro, so I just be careful and whatever. So I don't like getting invincibility there. Anyway, this bonus is pretty simple. It looks a lot harder than it really is, but if you do it just like this, it's very simple. You just have to do double jumps on these, and you'll end it so the top block breaks last, blah blah. Now this part, you just do a flip flop, and then you're gonna bounce here, double jump across, double jump back across, flip yourself, slide under the block, jump over, flip, TNT, flip, break these. That'll hit the exclamation, which does that. You just flip, and I crouch here. You don't need to crouch, I don't think, but I just did just to be safe. So body slam, then bounce on these blocks 5 times. And then always do a double jump here so you stop your momentum. And then jump across, jump in here, and you want to flip upside down. And then this is kind of a weird one. You can do this sometimes where you don't have to flip, but oftentimes you need to flip because if you don't, you'll get burned. So just keep that in mind. Pay attention to your fireboxes and flip if you need to. But that bonus round is actually a lot simpler than it looks. So this part is pretty simple. Make sure you go up here because there's a box. And then just drop back down, just hug this edge. You'll be fine. Flip and jump across. This is a part where you kind of have to be careful because you have to break these 3 boxes, but you don't want to not. Like, I almost fell there. I do have invincibility though, so it doesn't really matter about hitting stuff. But like I said, like this just, I don't know. I just don't like having invincibility in this level, like at all. I mean, it's okay here. It's kind of nice to have here because you don't have to worry about that part, that box right on top of that little star enemy. But I don't know. I just typically, anytime you get invincibility on this level, it's not the best. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I would use the masks as basically a way to just kind of give you like a little safety buffer from dying, because this level is hard and it is very unforgiving. So the slime is crazy. You slide so bad. It's ice. I know it's probably the same as ice, but it feels worse than ice. Now this upside down part's not too bad. There's a flashback tape. We're gonna flip back around here in a second. Here's the nitro trigger. There's a box up there, so you gotta flip to get it. Now we gotta do some quick flips here. We're gonna flip under here and grab these. Trigger the TNT, flip back quickly, and get off that platform because the TNT will explode and you will die through that. Well, you'll get hit through it. Now this looks like you're supposed to bounce on the top side, but you're actually supposed to bounce on the bottom side. Just flip quickly, because if you go too low, you'll die. So then you're gonna flip back, and this is the final stretch. So you get this box and this checkpoint, and then this is the final riding section. And this is definitely the hardest riding section out of the 2. But I would recommend, if you do get here, to just practice this as much as you can. Even if you died, like, just practice. Just my advice is to skip the checkpoint boxes so that you can just go all the way through to the end and then just die, so you'll respawn all the way back to the beginning, and then you can just try it again and memorize where the boxes are so you don't have to worry about, you know, missing anything. So like, here's the first checkpoint. If you were practicing, I would just go around this checkpoint box, don't break it, and just continue on, learn all the boxes, learn the path, and practice it as much as you can so that when you do get here and you haven't died yet, and this is all you need to do to get the insanely perfect relic, that you can make it through without dying. Because there was multiple times where I made it here and I even knew it. Like, I learned it, I practiced it, and I would die just on something stupid. I'd miss a box or whatever, I'd fall. So there is a box hard left here, so make sure you get that right there. And then this is all pretty simple. You're just gonna jump straight across, make sure you go up. There's 4 boxes up here. You're gonna grab those. You're gonna drop down. You're gonna jump. Get these 2 boxes, and then there's only, I think, 5 more boxes. 6. So there, you're gonna jump across here. You're gonna get this. This is a tricky one around this star. Sometimes you'll jump too far and fall off, so just be careful of that. And there it is. I was so happy when I finished this. Like, it was, oh my god, it was so relieving to finish this. Like, crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so the next clip is just the hole in space level that is technically the boss level for this area, but I didn't get the trophy for this when I played through the game the first time, so I just wanted to grab it, so I just put it in here. I will do the inverted version of this level in the inverted episode, that would be coming out in the next couple days. But for now, I just wanted to get this trophy so that I had it. So you just have to do this rail grind section and collect all the berries. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but these little little dot things, if you miss those, you can't pick up the berry, I think. I could be wrong, because I had to restart quite a few times to do this. Because you get Lonnie Lolly and it just gets tricky. Like, it gets kind of confusing because it's hard to see with all the crazy background and everything. So, but you just gotta make sure you get the little tiny ball things and then pick up the berries. But once you start having to phase shift with Lonnie Lolly, it's just like confusing. Especially the very last section. This one. It's a lot of quick shifts and dropping below the rail, going above the rail. See here, it's just like constant shifting, and then you have to drop down, shift, drop back up, shift, and that's it. So there it is. It's WOAH, yeah. It shows you the old original Crash model. So you just get that by getting all the fruit. And then I just quit it out because I didn't need to do the boss. So then we just move on to Food Run, which is the next level. And this is going to be the last level in this episode. I know it's a little short, but it's the best I could do. I couldn't get any more done, and honestly, I only have like 5 more levels left to do N.Sanely perfect on, so it's whatever. I'll get them all done, and they'll just be put in episodes, and it doesn't really matter how long it is, but at least I get an episode up. So there's the hidden gem. This level is actually, I mean, compared to Crash Landed, like, this level is insanely easy. There's just some timing stuff, but I mean, other than that, it's not bad. You just can't stand on any of these platforms very long, and the cars all drop immediately too. So here, wait until you can get it to where the box is kind of in the middle and you can jump across 2 cars. Just makes it easier. Here, same thing. Try to make the cars in the middle so you can jump across. Slowly do this part here so you don't freeze too early, because that's an easy way to follow your death. Have to get in the center of the elevator atom or it won't go up. Okay, so now this part is pretty simple. You basically just don't stop moving. I mean, you have to flip upside down a bunch, but just don't stop moving and you'll be fine. Make sure you spin the trash can guys so they don't get you. But you just basically run through this and don't stop moving, and those TNT won't blow you up. Now, my least favorite parts of this level, and all levels in this game that have this mechanic, is the wall runs. There's 3 of these in this level, and one of them you have to do upside down, which really sucks. So, anyway, this first one's pretty easy. Now we have the Kano part. So just break those, go up here and break those. Make sure you don't explode the TNT. And break these lock boxes. And then this is just a matter of getting across the gap, which is pretty easy. Just again, the TNT guys won't get you, just keep moving and you'll be fine. Same thing here, just keep moving, just jump across, high bounce, Kano, extra jump, and you're good. Now here's the upside down one. Honestly, just pop the TNTs here, don't worry about anything else. The flashback tape is usually in the middle one right here, but I had already picked that up, so it's not there for me anymore. And then the last one, we get TNT. Do not try to double jump onto these, or whatever they are, food trucks, because you won't lock into it. So just, I don't know, I just hate the wall runs. They really suck. Okay, so this bonus is pretty simple. It took me a little bit to figure it out, but once I figured it out, it's really easy. So just, you gotta trigger that and jump back to the TNTs and then jump back across. I just land on the TNT here and then double jump so that I can clear the platform and be safe to stand on. You want to skip that one, jump across here, bounce once, and then break this so you can get the arrow box, and then you're gonna bounce up to that platform. And then here we need to do the time, slow, and then bounce across all of these. You gotta do it quickly. So you get up here, and you can hit this last switch box to unlock all the rest of the boxes. You're gonna jump back down. We're gonna chur this TNT, slow time, bounce across the nitros, break the bounce box, and then just stand out of the way so those can explode. And that's 38 out of 38. And we also get the third gem for fruit. Now this part is the final part, and it's pretty simple. You just have to, there's a couple of these little flying TNT guys, and you just have to phase yourself through. It's not too bad. It's a little confusing, but one of these TNT guys hits me. I think it's this one, but I had a mask, so I really didn't care. Yeah, it's that one. So that's it, and this final part is another of the wall runs, but you have to phase with Lolly Lolly, which again, it's not too bad. And there is a box here, and I swear I don't know how I got this box. You tell me how I got this box. I spun it while it was like not phased in, and it broke. So I don't know, that's pretty weird. I guess because maybe I killed the enemy and it destroyed the box. I don't know. So anyway, there it is. There's food runs, insanely perfect. And I wanted to do another one, but the next level is going to take me some time to learn because it's been a while since I played it, obviously. It's the Dingo Dial and Tana level. So that'll be next, and probably the final level of this dimension, or this snacks dimension, will also be in that episode. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one.